Men of Reddit, what was the last thing you cried over? My daughter. She suffered an eating disorder and ultimately committed suicide. I wish I had known what to do. She was 16. Last month, was too broke to buy food after paying some bills. For the first time in my life I had to go to a food bank and ask for help to feed myself and my son. While filling out the required paperwork, I just broke down and started crying. It's the most defeated I've ever felt in my entire life. I had to step outside and get myself together. A very nice lady who works there came and sat beside me and said she would pray for things to get better in my life. I'm not really religious, but I appreciated her kind words. That was a tough week to get through. One of my battle buddies killed himself. Second one in 4 months. How excited my dog acted when I told her we were going for a ride. We were going to the vet for her to be put down. Grandpa passed Thursday night, Friday morning. Realizing due to my father's alcoholism he probably won't be around much longer. He's 56, but is in worse shape than most 86-year-olds. Mom died a month ago. Break up for a moment at least once a day since. That probably won't change anytime soon. Or anytime ever. She was a good mom. My old dog's inevitable passing. My parents hating each other's guts. Hello fellow child of parents at war. You have to look at the positive. If you ever have children, you will be infinitely more aware of who you are having the child with and keeping the child out of disagreements. That being said, I cry about this on occasion, too. 2 of my adolescent nephews were murdered by their father, the husband of my sister. It was as horrible as it sounds. I think it was also the only time my wife, who I've known for 6 years and been married to for 3, has seen me cry. Having my daughter being diagnosed with muscular dystrophy and being told she's gonna be wheelchair bound and probably dead by 20 tbh, it still sucks now. Some video on Reddit of a girl adopting her stepdad and he breaks down crying. I've been sensitive lately though. I cried last night because I had to euthanize my fish. I caught my wife trying to commit suicide. My cat dying several months ago. He was like a silent brother to me. My vet put my cat down via injection with him being petted the whole time. It was some bad cancer and needed to happen. I'm about to tear up again, so we'll stop now. The fact that I'm not really cared about. My wife telling me she wants a divorce. Friend suicide. I cried on the train this morning out of loneliness and the fear that I'm too ugly to be loved. Typical Monday, to be honest. I feel you, bro. Been feeling that way for months now. Fortunately, I always manage to keep my composure when I'm in public. I cry myself to sleep more often than not, though. All I've got to say is what they all say. Nobody is too ugly to be loved, because that's not how love works. Hope you get better. Realize that my best friend doesn't love me anymore and our relationship is slowly fading. It hurts. Lonely. Have a bottle of peach perfume my ex have me to remember her by when I moved out to college. Put some on my wrist earlier today cause I'm lonely and thought that might help. Remember good times and stuff. Nope. Just made me miss her more. Crying again writing this. I get it. I'm oversensitive. When I was 16, I found a stray pup. Rot mix. Took her home. Fed her. Put up signs. She was mine. Fast forward to my senior year of college. My friends and I rented a home and I took my dog with me. I failed to inspect the yard for the large gap in between my fence and the adjacent yard. 2 weeks after I moved in, animal control called and gave me the bad news. I was devastated. One of my profs who had me before actually pulled me aside to ask why I failed a test. I told him what happened and the next thing you know my other profs told me to take a week off. It's been 12 years, and I just teared up. Dogs are just something special. I miss my old dude every day. His passing would have been so hard if I hadn't had my younger pup to keep me company. 2 years ago, I was binge drinking pretty frequently and doing pretty hard drugs. 3-day bender, coke, ket, a lot of molly and a little acid and tons of whiskey led to me getting a DUI. I never drive unless I'm sober, but I was completely out of my mind. Lucky that I was only on the road 5 minutes. It could have been so much worse. Missed 2 days of work. During the bender I did 3G of moon knocks over a day and a half. The hangover of it lasted a week. Triggered gnarly and much needed introspection. This nice older lady I worked with asked why I missed those days and I just told her I was sick. She said, "Oh, you've been sick a lot lately. I'll pray for you." That's just triggered it. I'm not specifically religious, but her empathy and concern in response to a lie about me trying to mask my substance abuse was just overwhelming. It was a factory setting, very loud and kind of isolated workstations, and I didn't slow my pace while I stoically had tears steaming for a solid 5 minutes. Puked about an hour later because my hangover was still so intense. I cried last night over being portrayed as something I'm not and close friends, or so I thought, not offending me. I then cried over the Firewatch opening, but I think I was feeling a bit sensitive still. Friends not stepping up to defend you cuts deep. Sorry to hear it, man. I never cry for a reason really. As a dude, we're told to man up a lot and crying is just unmanly, right? So basically it just builds up until something random just triggers you. You run to the washroom, slap yourself a few times for being a pea, clean yourself up and move on with your day. Hit too close to home, M8. When I had to put my golden retriever and best buddy, Charlie, down. Frick, I am a grown ass man, but I miss that butthole. At my mate's mum's funeral. My sister-in-law's mom passed away 2 years ago. When I saw her brother, father, and grandmother weeping together in each other's arms as they lowered the casket into the ground, I lost it. It was a brain aneurysm. Caught all of us off guard. My mom's passing in August and some more about it since then. My ex, the fricking bee. For anyone wanting to know the story behind this post, here it is. Stage 1. She broke it off after 3.5 years. Fricked someone else 2 weeks later. Come crawling back. Got back together. My bad. Broke up with me again after only 4 days for an unknown reason. Stage 2. After 5 months of not speaking, she gets in touch again. We meet and talk and she apologizes for what she did. We spend a few hours just cuddling in bed chatting. I go over hers a few nights in the next couple of weeks just generally chatting and flirting. She's starting to pull my heartstrings again. Anyways, after the 4th visit or whatever, she announces in a fit of tears that she actually has a new boyfriend, and it was the same ugly dude she fricked when we first broke up. Stage 3. She tells me over the next month that she's gonna end it with him, that he treats her bad and he's not a nice guy. Even goes as far as saying we will hook up again over the summer. I'm down with this. Anyways, after building my hopes up and destroying them all these several times, as you might guess, she's still with him a year and a half later. I promise I'm not bitter in any way. The fricking WSCM bucket. I'm with you, man. One day she's talking about marriage and the next she's hanging out with her co-worker while I'm out of town working my ass off. Dumped me the day got back after 3 weeks of being away. What hurt even more was everyone telling me how unattractive the other guy was, like it was going to make me feel better. It just makes me that much more insecure. The first minute of my daughter's life this past January. Before that, hearing her heartbeat for the first time via emergency room ultrasound when my wife was 5 weeks pregnant and was having complications. This kid has onioned me pretty good and she's less than a year old. God help me. My dog's broken leg. It was upsetting to see her in pain like that. About 5 years ago, my father unexpectedly announced that he would no longer live with us because his mistress, whom he refused to leave, was pregnant. My mother, an old-fashioned, emotionally dependent woman, suddenly started demanding me to behave like the man of the house. My dead unborn son. Oh, nothing. I just had something in my eye. My grandfather died earlier this year. He was a lifelong Cubs fan. I broke down when they won, knowing how close he was to seeing them win. The Little Prince. How dare you, Netflix? I just wanted to watch a movie. I didn't want all the feels. Getting pepper sprayed. 2/10. Would not recommend. Still better than watching 17 Dresses. What an odd movie to have such a strong opinion about. The birth of my son. I had always wanted kids. After my divorce and quite a few girlfriends that didn't work out for various reasons, I just thought it wasn't in the cards for me. Met someone about 4.5 years ago. got remarried and our son was born in August. When listening to Catering by the Antlers a month or so ago, a friend of mine had recently passed away from cancer and the lyrics hit a little too close to home. 2-3 months ago, overwhelmed with new job, new locale, new people, etc. My sister passed away last month. My ex, earlier today, mainly because I was completely blindsided by it. I still have no clue why it happened. I would do anything to her back. Gay man here, the Orlando nightclub shooting. As someone who grew up in a small town Ohio, I experienced so much hate towards me for being gay and it just tore my heart to shreds when this happened. My mother dying. My parents' marriage started getting rocky a few months back. I cried about it 2 weeks ago. They're working together now to fix what's been damaged, though. The fact that I started to think that my cats are going to die at some point of my life. Cora crying in a wheelchair watching Janora get initiated as a master airbender. It's not sad on its own, but watching someone younger achieve more than what you have hits home way too hard to me. You have been visited by the blanket pig upvote for good night's sleep for the next lunar year. Thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.